Man, they really like this game magazine.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
Sucks and ballerinas. Are these developers? Huh. Oh, office rules of conduct. Speak in moderate volume. No personal calls. No food or drink around bureau documents or in the copy room. No using the photocopier for personal objects. Or the 3D printer. Or the bureau stationery. Wear access badge at all times. No discussing confidential projects out loud. The one who finished the coffee pot makes a new one. If you kill the Joe, you make some Mo. That's a classic rule. Your hands can spread the mold. Interesting. Don't bring dogs into the office, some have allergies. Oh. It's kind of handy. Pneumatic tube checklist. Add foam padding top and bottom if you're sending blood or other specimens in a glass tube. Check that the canister is properly locked. Place the locked canister in the tube. Check the location code for the destination. Punch in the code and send the tube. Read and understand my... Yeah, okay. Acoustic guitar for sale. Turns out it's pretty hard. Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. So this shit shifting around and cutting off corridors like it did when to us, you don't get paid overtime. It doesn't count towards overtime pay. That's kind of funny. I get it, but that's still kind of funny. Colmar. Okay, let's keep going. Uh-oh. Gonna have to expense another one. Personal mod energy boost. Undefined reading. What's this? Executive meeting minutes. Agenda items for next executive meeting. The rising costs of AWE response. Update on mold eradication efforts. Upcoming annual salary review. New supplier of coffee filters found to be found and vetted. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time. From admin. Case file. Service weapon. Alright. It's an OOP1 KE. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. Form is variable. When bound, the object allows peri-utilitarians to redacted. Must be like users of like the supernatural stuff. I'm guessing because it's para-utilitarian. Um, this object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of redacted. Based on what we've seen, I think that means only the people seeking the role of the director can use it. The object will determine whether redacted, I think that's whether or not they become the director. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the redacted, though their criteria is unknown. This process is dictated by I believe that's the board, more than likely. See, the object was discovered inside the oldest house, in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis, redacted, many forms throughout history. Redacted, Mjolnir, Excalibur, Vera Nostra, all weapons that redacted of their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, redacted. See Dr. Darling Presentation 11.1 for more details. Okay. Hiss Guard. The Bureau has many internal security personnel. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of this fact. Hiss Guards used standard-issue bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption, while the armored guards carried pump-action shotguns. They have no observed paranatural abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss Guards are protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss mature in organic hosts over time? More data is needed. Did the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the Hiss have that level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks that they are best suited to? Combat-trained hosts are reserved for combat? These are all questions for later, though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge on the use of their weapons. Refer to file redacted for full report. So much is expected from the director. The responsibility, the privilege. What is this? Oh, that's the thing that we read, or we watched. Wow. This is some impressive destructibility. I don't think it'll quite match Red Faction, but well, it's very good. Taken for reuse. Displacement. Released articles. Sebastian Jenna. Huh. I wonder what that's about.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
Anything down here? Yeah, there it is. Dinner reservations. Dinner reservations at 7 p.m. at Chez Ombre. Wife will meet you there. Don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at lobby reception. Remember, she is turning 46. Wonder who these are for. Just for the director? Don't let mold hitch a ride. He's called Lumpy. That's funny. I like that. Is that a stapler or an altered item? Don't take office equipment outside of the building. Probably a good. Let's work hard. His life is in your hands. Everyone's safety depends on you. Oh, these must be the shelters that they're talking about in the. Wait. Oh. In the little like red boxes on the near the ceiling earlier. Why does it look like she's using telekinesis right now? For Marshall's eyes only. Marshall, I don't know if that's a person's name or a position. We checked out the suspected AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything. Just like the house fire before this, and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things. Or you need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch, next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Sincerely, Special Agent Keenum. Boy, that's fun. That's the delays. That's the stapler. Yeah, same stuff. Okay. Let's get through here. Central executive.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
So is it this one? I'm wondering why when we got this, unless I didn't notice it, she hadn't referred to them as the hiss yet, but this is a document. It says by order of us, Director Jesse Faden. That's us. Compiled by Emily Pope, research specialist. How? We haven't even met her yet. Okay. All right, let's just keep going. Urban legends. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern equivalent of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain redacted, informed by our own redacted, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially redacted in popular culture using Redacted, our Bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on Redacted. A pair of scissors that consume human Redacted through 2 punctures on the Redacted. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 4-93-6942 for full report. So I think this is referencing that thing we read earlier about Alaska and the scissors. I think that's the connection here. Oh, somebody really didn't like the coffee. What's this? Yeah, okay. go.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading them.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? How
House
do we
memory,
fix it?
hidden trend. Health boost. Well, let's get this. Okay. That's wild.
Holy shit. You did it. We did it.
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
For now.
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie?
Probably.
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown, before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay.
Alright.
You with me? We did it before.
Anything in here?
Push the hiss out.
Urgent. Control points. Control points are locations that the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in the redacted arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by redacted detection of an unobstructed ping using the redacted within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures, or redacted, or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be redacted. Refer to file 7-25-2788 for full report. Paula Bronte and Lorenzo Dunn. Let's go try to cleanse this person. That don't look good. That ain't good. Nobody saw that, right?
The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Hold on, over here.
Jesse, over here.
Yeah,
We need to make a plan, Jesse.
Alright.
I can't cleanse them. I saw.
Oh, she saw.
It
Damn.
was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
Don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Thanks, Emily.
Let's ask her some stuff. Get the lowdown.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
So the hotline was in the background of that Dr. Darling. Was it the... I think it was the gun one. It might actually be the only one that we've watched so far, but... let's see the origin.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
Let's see. What do you got to say about the oldest house, huh?
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay.
Who is she talking to? Tell us about the director.
This trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I'd need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah.
I'm also going to point out that I don't think it's still in there based on what we saw. Looked like a through and through. Tell us about objects of power.
Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this?
Got it. Thanks.
So one we can wield, and the other one is just a problem, it sounds like. Hedron resonance amplifiers. The heck are those things?
So HRAs stop you from becoming hiss.
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
So I'm just going to point out that this like facial capture and like lip syncing is pretty astounding to me. It looks really good. Yeah, let's get out of here. That was everything.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
These must be the directors. It's interesting. There's a set amount of frames. I would have expected this thing to go up into like infinity. See, yeah, there's trench. Looks like it's a little dark on my screen, but that seems to be trench. So yeah, these must be previous directors. That's interesting. It really kind of bothers me that she uses the telekinesis to pop these open when we haven't gotten there yet. All right, let's get started. That's gonna do it for this part. Hope you liked it. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one.